Two identical businesses, same revenue, same profit, same industry. One just sold for $54 million. The other, the same exact business, sold for only 18. The difference had nothing to do with how good the work was. It came down to one thing the second owner never built. And whether you run a electrical or plumbing company, a solar business, a landscaping crew, a remodeling or cabinetry shop, or an interior design studio, if you ever want to sell, this is the thing that decides what you get paid. When a buyer looks at your business, they're not really looking at your revenue first. They're asking one brutal question: does this whole thing fall apart without the owner? Because here's the truth nobody wants to hear. The more valuable you are to your business, the less valuable your business is. If you're the one closing every big job, holding every key relationship, keeping the numbers in your head, a buyer doesn't see an asset, they see a risk. Because the day after they buy it and you walk away, the business they paid for stops working. If it depends on you, you don't own a business. You own a job that pays pretty well, and buyers discount a job to almost nothing. Let me show you what that actually costs, because it's brutal. A business that depends on its owner sells for about 4.5 times its profit. That same exact business that runs without the owner sells for about 8 times the profit. Take a real example. An owner I'll call Jake, 15 years building a remodeling company. Great reputation, best closer in the building. He was proud of being essential, and then he went to sell. Same company, same profit. $14 million gone. Not because the business was bad, it's because Jake made himself the single point of failure. And a buyer will never pay full price for that. Now, there are two kinds of people watching this, and the plan is a little different for each. Path 1, you want a clean exit. You want out fully as soon as possible for the highest number you can get. For you, the business has to run without you now. Path 2, you know you'll be attached for a while. You want to sell eventually, but realistically you're tied to the operations for a few more years before you can truly hand it off. That's fine. That runway is your advantage. You use those years to build the business into a clean, high multiple asset. So when you do exit, it's not fire sale. 2 timelines, same exact solution. Make it run without you. Now here's where everyone gives you the same kind of tired advice. Write your SOPs, document everything. And look, that matters. But let's be honest, a set of SOPs is something you can knock out in 2 weeks. It's not the thing a modern private equity buyer is actively looking at when they decide what your business is worth. It's the floor, it's not the prize. What they really buy is something deeper. How much of this business runs without a human at all? And there are 2 ways to build that. Method 1, documented hires. Clear roles, every process written down, so any new person can step in where the last person left off. This business lives on paper, not in someone's head necessarily. That's good, but there's a crack in it. Person can still quit. The day after the sale, your best one is most likely to walk, and the buyer knows that. Method 2, now this is the part nobody's saying. You build AI employees, and the reason this matters for your sale isn't just that it's cheaper. It's that an AI employee transfers with the business and never leave. A documented hire can quit on the buyer. An AI employee can't. It removes the single biggest fear in every acquisition, that the people that are valuable walk after close. That's what makes it the highest value system you can build. Let me make it real. It's 11 at night, a homeowner's water heater just blew. They're panicking. They call the first 3 companies they find. 2 go to voicemail, closed, nobody there. Yours answers, not a recording. It's an AI receptionist that talks to them, qualifies the job, and books it into tomorrow's schedule. A $15,000 job that your competitors lost in their sleep. That's one. Now stack the rest. An AI rep that follows up with every single lead by text and email and even chases the quiet ones. An AI estimator that turns requests into a quote in seconds. Media buying that runs itself with no agency retainer. Bookkeeping that stays clean and a buyer ready automatically. Get to where 80% of your operation runs on this. And you haven't just made the business run without you. You've made it run without the exact thing a buyer is terrified will leave. That's an 8 times business. Now, if you don't, disregard everything I said. Keep being the CEO, the head of marketing, the chief of sales, the entire HR department, the admin all at once. That's a real choice, and honestly, plenty of people make it. But if you do ever want out, clean exit, the move is the same. You start building the thing that runs without you, not the week you decide to sell, years before. Mapping out every place that you're the bottleneck and replacing it with infrastructure that doesn't quit before you ever sit at the negotiation table. If you want that built into your business, you can apply for a call with us down below.